Hello, you're watching DD India and I'm Preeti presenting Express News. First, the national headlines. 57 constituencies across 8 states and union territories will go to polls on 1st of June in the 7th and the last phase of India's parliamentary election. 904 candidates will be in fray, 13 seats each in Uttar Pradesh and Punjab, 9 in West Bengal, 8 in Bihar, 6 in Odisha and others will go to polls. BJP leader and Home Minister Amit Shah held an election campaign in Kushinagar, Balia and Gosaipur in Uttar Pradesh. BJP President JP Nadda visited Varanasi where he held a convention and met locals. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi are on the campaign trail in Odisha's Balasore. Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi addressed 2 public meetings at Kangra and Chamba in Himachal Pradesh. In an interview to a prominent news agency, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi discussed several topics concerning the current political scenario, governance and more. In the interview, Prime Minister said that the government is following a policy of zero tolerance towards corruption and agencies are working in a very independent manner. India's President Draupadi Murmu addressed the gathering at the national launch of spiritual empowerment for a clean and healthy society at a function organized at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi by Brahma Kumaris. President Draupadi Murmu today said that holistic well-being is possible only on the basis of a healthy mentality. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar addressed the 18th Foundation Day of ICMR National Institute of Traditional Medicine in Belagavi, Karnataka on Monday. The Vice President emphasized on the importance of investments in research and development. He also highlighted that India is poised to emerge as the epicenter of research globally. Vice President also presided over the 14th convocation ceremony of KLE Academy of Higher Education and Research in Belagavi, Karnataka today. Referring to India's millennia-old civilization, the Vice President said that no other country can rival our civilizational ethos. Indian Army has collaborated with Indian Oil Corporation Limited for demonstration trials of hydrogen fuel buses. A memorandum of understanding was signed on Monday between Indian Army and the IOCL in presence of Chief of Army Staff General Manoj Pandey and Indian Oil's chairman. Delhi police have detained the medical facility's owner who had absconded after a massive fire broke out at a childcare unit in East Delhi on Saturday. Gujarat government suspended 5 officials, including 2 police inspectors and civic staff on Monday for negligence related to the Rajkot Game Zone fire. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Monday stressed that the speed of changes will continue to make India a developed country, noting that the Modi government has transformed the union budget in the last 10 years. Delhi court on Monday dismissed the bail application of Arvind Kejriwal's aide, Bibhav Kumar, accused of allegedly assaulting Rajya Sabha MP Swati Maliwal. The Indian markets ended in red on Monday. Sensex slipped 19.89 points to settle at 75,390.5. The Nifty dropped 24.65 points to settle at 22,932.45. Indian rupee fell 3 paise to close at 83.13 against the US dollar. Gold future maturing on 5th of June stood at 71,821 rupees per 10 grams on Multi-Commodity Exchange of India Limited. Silver futures maturing on 5th of July stood at 92,244 rupees per kg on the exchange. Asian shares remained firm on Monday after US stocks bounced back. Tokyo's Nikkei 225 added 0.7%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng reversed early losses, gaining 0.7%. The dollar made a steady start to the week as investors were focused on US, European and Japanese inflation data to guide the global interest rate outlook. Over 2,000 people are feared to be buried under a massive landslide that swept over a remote village in Papua New Guinea. The UN agency claims that the death toll could be more than 670. Residents are still trying to reach the survivors. The International Organization for Migration's chief of mission in Papua New Guinea said that the remote location and nearby tribal warfare were hampering relief efforts. Severe cyclonic storm Remel, which made landfall between the coasts of India and Bangladesh on Sunday, has weakened into a cyclonic storm. It is predicted to further weaken. Several districts of Assam, Kolkata and the northeast are on high alert as they witness heavy rains and gusty winds. A relentless heat wave engulfed large parts of northern India with temperatures touching 50 degrees Celsius in Rajasthan. More than 110,000 people from coastal regions have been evacuated. The Indian Coast Guard is monitoring the situation. Following a series of eruptions of different volcanoes in Indonesia, Mount Ibu erupted in the early hours on Monday. Strong storms and tornadoes swept through various states of the United States during the weekend, claiming 22 lives, injuring people and leaving widespread destruction. At least 15 people were killed, with over 100 injured in northern Arkansas after the severe tornadoes on late Saturday. The 77th session of the World Health Assembly begins in Geneva, Switzerland on Monday and brings together global health officials, including officials from India. India will showcase its success stories in healthcare. India will also display its Arogya Maitri disaster management cube. India and Japan held a bilateral meeting on the sidelines of the World Health Assembly in Geneva. Both the sides agreed to expand the areas of collaboration to digital health. Both the countries agreed to work on a memorandum of cooperation signed in 2018 and hold a joint working group soon. Leaders of South Korea, Japan and China pledged cooperation at their trilateral meeting in Seoul in a bid to revitalize trade and stabilize supply chains. Leaders also reaffirmed the denuclearization of North Korea and stability of the Korean Peninsula after the trilateral summit. North Korea plans to launch a rocket carrying a satellite towards the Yellow Sea and east of Luzon Island between May 27th and June 4th. Japan demands cancellation of North Korea's planned satellite launch via diplomatic channels in China. South Korean military conducts attack drills deploying about 20 aircraft, including F-35 jets, in response to the expected satellite launch by North Korea. Israeli military claims to have carried out a precise strike on a Hamas compound in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. Israel's military says 8 projectiles were identified at a crossing from Rafah in the southern tip of the Gaza Strip. Republican leader Nikki Haley arrives in Israel. Haley will tour southern and northern provinces and meet families of the hostages. Russia declared on Sunday that it had gained control of a settlement in Ukraine's northeastern Kharkiv region. More and more army brigades in Ukraine are turning to marketing to attract more troops to join the fight against Russia. France's President Emmanuel Macron lands in Germany for a 3-day visit, followed by a bilateral meeting. State of emergency lifted in French-ruled Pacific Island, New Caledonia, but the airport remains closed till June 2nd. U.S. lawmaker Michael McCaul visited Taiwan's capital Taipei on Monday, where he met President Lai Ching-te. A Thai court sentenced opposition lawmaker Chonchita Zhongro to 2 years in prison for insulting the monarchy. Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda claimed victory in the runoff to the country's presidential election. Nausėda claimed victory after winning 3/4 of the vote. 12 people travelling on a Qatar Airways flight from Doha to Ireland were injured during a bout of turbulence. Hong Kong government to announce solid waste policy to improve overall waste management practices. Texas Department of Public Safety releases aerial footage of border fence of Texas and New Mexico of migrants scaling a fence to enter the United States. An earthquake of magnitude 6.4 on the Richter scale jolted Tonga Islands on Monday. The quake had a depth of 110 kilometers. People in Paris took part in a giant picnic on the famous Champs-Élysées Avenue in the French capital, eating sandwiches, cookies and lemon tarts. Egypt's first eco-friendly electric taxi started its services in new administrative capital near Cairo. Initiated by the Ministry of Transport and owned by its affiliated company, the project has launched 10 taxis with plans to roll out a total of 145 electric taxis in subsequent phases. A Vietnamese youth, Dong Van Hung, has been honored by listing in the under 30 Asia 2024 list of Forbes magazine. Dong Van Hung's YouTube channel, Mother's Cuisine, has earned the YouTube Golden Button with more than 1 million subscribers. Hundreds of clowns transformed Lima streets into a vibrant spectacle celebrating Peruvian Clown Day. The event brought smiles and cheer, turning the streets into a lively festival of humor and fun. A Doraemon show lit up the skies over Hong Kong's Victoria Harbour, attracting thousands of visitors at the Sem Sha Sui Promenade. Thousands of Bolivians took to the streets of La Paz to participate in the annual Lord of Great Power Dance Festival. The folkloric festival worships Lord of the Great Power. Dancers and musicians wearing colourful costumes and shiny masks dance to the rhythms of Bolivian folklore. Teams of divers in Croatia removed more than 200 kilograms of fishing nets and 6 fish traps in and around Molat Islands. The Pope and the legendary Italian goalkeeper Gigi Buffon participated in the World Children's Day in Rome. The Filipino community in Macau comes together to celebrate the annual harvest festival, Pahayas, to honor the patron saint of San Isidro. Around 700 teachers and students from 18 schools gathered at the Thai Palm military camp to enjoy the cultural show organized on the occasion of International Children's Day. A dragon boat race kicked off in Zhuhai city to greet the Dragon Boat Festival, which falls on June 10th this year. The Changchun International Mime Festival kicked off with a water performance in Gangwon-do province. Water is sprayed in the middle of the street. People jump and dance wildly. Locals in Isan region of northeastern Thailand celebrated Ban Bang Fire Festival. The festival marks the beginning of the rainy season. A group of adventurous tourists discovered a new cave in Quang Tri province in Vietnam. The cave has been named Van Tien. The cave entrance is located in a rocky mountain range. The cave is about 10 meters high with many magnificent and brightly colored stalactites. Vietnam has exported nearly 6,200 tons of fresh lychees through Kim Than International Road border, valued at over $3.4 million. More than 3,000 student-made lanterns recently set the Guinness World Record for the largest solar power light bulb display in Dubai. Singer, songwriter and actor Lady Gaga turned up in style on Thursday with 2 outfits for the launch of her HBO concert special Gaga Chromatica Ball. Streaming will begin on Max on May 25th. The film was launched alongside an exhibition of outfits from the Chromatica Ball tour. American rapper Nicki Minaj cancelled a show in Manchester, England on Saturday after she was held by police at Amsterdam airport on allegations of possession of soft drugs. Fans expressed devastation and frustration after the concert was cancelled, stating lack of timely communication. Netflix addictive series Love is Blind Season 4 is all set to make its debut in Brazil on June 19th with a new tagline, Fresh New Start. The Love is Blind franchise has had its debut in many international versions, including Japan, Sweden, UK, Germany, and many more. The fresh episode of My Hero Academia will drop on air on Saturday, June 1st this year at 5:30 p.m. Japan Standard Time. Taylor Swift wrapped up the Eras tour in Portugal on Saturday. She took the audience by surprise as she performed an acoustic mashup of the Tortured Poets Department title track. Veteran soap opera actor Johnny Wachter was tragically shot and killed in Los Angeles early on Saturday. Filmmaker Karan Johar has announced his new film, Dhadak 2, starring Siddhant Chaturvedi and Tripti Dimri. It will be released in the theatres on November 22nd this year. Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan-owned franchise Kolkata Knight Riders on Sunday ended their 10-year-long wait to lift their third IPL trophy, beating Sunrisers Hyderabad by 8 wickets. Kolkata produced a clinical effort with the ball to dismiss Sunrisers for 113 and chased down the target of 57 balls to spare. Sunil Narine was adjudged most valuable player of the season with the West Indian all-rounder smashing 488 runs and taking 17 wickets. Third seed Carlos Alcaraz made a winning start in his bid to claim a first Open title on Sunday, defeating American JJ Wolf 6-1, 6-2, 6-1. Former French Open champion Stanislas Wawrinka handed Andy Murray a straight sets first-round defeat under the lights at the Roland Garros on Sunday. Four times Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka labored past Italian Lucia Bronzetti 6-1, 4-6, 7-5 in the first round to claim her first win at the Roland Garros in 3 years. Barcelona ended the season with a 2-1 victory at Sevilla in La Liga, making departing coach Hernandez's farewell bittersweet after a trophy last season in which they finished 10 points behind the champions Real Madrid. Bayer Leverkusen were excited to see their team return home on Sunday after securing the German double after their 1-0 German Cup win. Barcelona celebrated their third Women's Champions League title with their fans outside the City Hall to cheer on the Catalan squad who came back from Bilbao where they earned their second straight victory. Brazilian soccer legends and artists participated in a charity match on Sunday to raise funds for the victims of the devastating floods in Rio Grande do Sul. That's it in this edition of Express News. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.